Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
According to the FBI, AI-powered scams drained nearly $900 million from victims last year. In one federal case, a single defendant stockpiled over 100,000 fabricated explicit images targeting more than 50 real people. And this week, the first arrests under a brand new federal law landed. Those three facts collided in the same week. That's not a coincidence, it's a turning point. If you've ever taken a photo, sent a voice memo, or appeared on a video call, your face and your voice can now be cloned with tools that require almost no technical skill. That's not a hypothetical. It's already happening at industrial scale. The story centers on a convergence that federal agencies haven't faced before. Voice cloning technology just got acquired by one of the biggest AI companies on Earth. The Federal Trade Commission activated new platform compliance provisions on May 19, 2026, creating a legal framework for rapid takedowns. And in Ohio, prosecutors secured a historic conviction, the first under the Federal Take It Down Act of 2025, against a man who used AI to generate abusive sexual imagery. But the deeper question isn't whether we can arrest people who make deepfakes. It's whether investigators can still tell what's real once a case file lands on their desk. Start with that Ohio case. According to reporting from Time, the defendant had created 113 separate albums of fabricated images. More than 50 real people were depicted in content they never consented to, and that never actually happened. Prosecutors said the tools he used required very little expertise. Consumer-grade software, freely available. That volume isn't unusual anymore. 100,000 images from a single person. Every one of those images has to be reviewed, verified, and cataloged before it can be used in court. That creates a verification backlog that most agencies simply aren't staffed to handle. Now widen the lens. The FBI's $900 million figure covers AI-enabled fraud broadly. Voice clones tricking family members into wiring money, synthetic faces passing identity checks, fabricated audio used in business email compromise schemes. For anyone who's ever picked up the phone and heard a loved one's voice asking for help, that number represents real families who believed what they heard. And the technology behind those calls just got more powerful. OpenAI acquired a voice cloning company this week, consolidating the capability inside one of the world's most widely used AI platforms. So what happens when this flood of synthetic media meets the courtroom? Federal Rule of Evidence 707 sets standards for AI-generated evidence, but according to legal analysis from TrueScreen, it only applies when someone actually discloses that the evidence was made by AI. If a deepfake is submitted as authentic footage and nobody flags it, that rule doesn't kick in. That's the gap. The rule assumes honesty about the very thing designed to deceive. And there's a second problem that cuts in the opposite direction. Experts call it the liar's dividend. Once people know deepfakes exist, anyone caught on genuine video can simply claim the footage was fabricated. Real evidence gets dismissed as fake. That erosion of trust, the moment when authentic proof stops being believed, may do more damage than the deepfakes themselves. For investigators building a case, it means every piece of digital media now needs forensic-level authentication before it even enters the workflow. For the rest of us, it means the next video you watch of a politician, a family member, a stranger, might be real, might not be, and you have fewer tools than ever to tell the difference. According to NPR's reporting on deepfake prosecution, investigators often can't determine what platform or tool created a piece of synthetic media unless they physically access a suspect's devices. That means the traditional approach, analyze the content, trace its origin, build the case, falls apart. Detection tools still lag behind generation quality. And law enforcement agencies don't yet have standardized protocols for authenticating digital evidence at the intake stage, the moment a case first comes in the door. Most of the conversation around deepfakes treats this as a content problem. Bad images that need to be taken down, bad actors who need to be caught. But what actually broke this week isn't content. It's infrastructure. The entire system for deciding what counts as evidence, in courtrooms, in investigations, in your own judgment, wasn't built for a world where anyone can manufacture proof of something that never happened. So the short version. AI scams cost victims nearly $900 million. The first federal arrests under the Take It Down Act just happened. And the legal system still doesn't have a reliable way to tell real evidence from synthetic evidence before it enters a case. This isn't just about catching criminals who make deepfakes. It's about whether any digital image, any audio clip, any video can still be trusted as proof that something actually occurred. Whether you're building a case or just deciding whether to believe a video someone texted you, that question now belongs to all of us. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.